Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm going to be showing you in the fastest amount of time possible all the settings for OBS and what you can do to get them set up. So settings here, you can change your theme if you want to. I am not going to, but there's a couple themes that you can choose from. Choose your language, English, whatever. I don't know what that was set at. Okay, don't mess with this. Don't mess with any of these unless you know exactly what you're changing, because honestly the default whatever is just fine. Let's go into stream here. Select your service, go into custom if you're streaming on YouTube. That's what I recommend doing. A lot of people disagree with me, but I don't care because I don't care. Yeah, and then just put in your server as auto, because even I don't know what server I am and I know exactly where I live, so it just kind of gets iffy. So just, yeah, leave it at auto and then put your stream key in here. Go to output here, switch this output mode to advanced, and then we're going to go through a few things. This right here, this encoder, you're going to have a few options for it. Just, if you have this NVIDIA NVNC H.264, click that. That's what you're going to be using. If you don't, make sure that you're using your GPU to encode, or preferably not your CPU. Rescale output, you can choose that if you want. Constant bit rate. So this is going to just give your stream a constant bit rate. I recommend 2500 kilobits per second because that's going to be smooth for you. It's going to be smooth for the stream. It's good. You can try to bump it up higher to 3000, but the higher that you go, the more it's going to lag on your end. It'll look clear on stream, but it will lag on your end. Keyframe interval, leave that at 0 because that'll set that to auto. Preset quality. You can do performance, max performance, low latency. I just have mine set at quality. I'm going to change that to max quality, but this is really low latency, is just delay, essentially, quality, performance, but I would choose quality. Profile, you're going to want to switch this to high, and then GPU leave at 0. Max B frames is going to be set at 2. Let's go into the recording tab here. Type standard recording path. You can choose this, whichever one has the most space. I would recommend. I have mine set at MOV because it's going to contain the most amount of data in the file, which means it's going to be a larger file, but it's going to be higher quality. You can change it to MP4 if you want, or you can choose, as OBS recommends here, MKV, and then converting it over to MP4. I don't recommend that. I would either just choose MP4 or MOV. It's up to you. Honestly, whatever you want. MOV is a larger file. Encoder, again, try to use your graphics card if you can, but if there are any other options, you can experiment with those and see which ones you like more. Rescale output is just what it rescales it to. I just leave mine at 1920 by 1080. Custom muxer, I don't even know what that means. Don't mess with that. I have my bitrate set at 3500 for recording because I'm recording and I don't need my computer to be running super duper fast right now. Again, CBR so that it's not losing anything at all. Change this to auto. I got my quality set at max quality. My profile is high, GPU 0, and then max B frames is 2. Move into audio. Your sample rate can be 44 kilohertz, and that's if your microphone is not like fantastic. I'm using a Rode NT1, so my microphone is best at 48 kilohertz. The Blue Yeti is best at 48 kilohertz, and then I believe the Audio Technica is best at 48 kilohertz. But that's my knowledge. Channels you're going to record in stereo. Then just go through all of these and select your speakers. Like I've got my kitty ear headset on right now, and I've got my Rode audio interface as my mic going into my NT1. Decay rate, fast, peak meter type, sample peak. Those are just defaults, I believe. Monitoring device, I wouldn't mess with that, honestly, because you're not going to want to monitor your recording unless you have something in mic that you can use to monitor. Leave this all just the same because this is hotkeys. If you want to set up some hotkeys, then you can set up hotkeys. Video, base, and output scaled resolution, I just have those both set to 1920 by 1080 because I'm not really like changing much. But if your base resolution, you can have that at as 1280 by 720 and then output scale it to 1920 by 1080. But mine is just the resolution of my monitor, and I just leave it at 1920 by 1080 to record this. I hope that makes sense. Probably didn't. Downscale filter, leave this as Lanxos. I'm not sure what all the other ones are. I think one might be like bilinear or something. I have mine as this one because it's going to give you the most crisp image, essentially, and I just find that I like the way it looks over the other ones. I can't explain to you what this means. I wish that I could, but I can't. Anyways, moving on to common FPS values. We got 60. Just choose 60. If your computer's lagging, turn it down to 30, but you should be fine unless you're running on a potato. Hotkeys, you can change all your hotkeys here. In advanced, I would just leave this all the same. The only thing you can change is your process priority. Just leave that at normal. And we're done. That was about 5 minutes. And hopefully you went along with that. I can release a more detailed version and do a little bit more research about OBS, but that's all the settings that I use to get a decently crisp image.